Chris Sylvester, you're the first one here. Welcome, welcome. What is up, everybody? Welcome to the party. Hey, hey, hey. Vishjivich. What's up, Nepal? What's up, everybody? We'll talk about programming, development, getting careers, jobs, freelancing, whatever. Whatever. What's up, Mustafa? Sakshigagwad. How do I say, dude? Yo, yo, yo. What's up, everybody? Feel free to ask any questions about programming, app development, things like that. We'll talk about it all today. Bangladesh, what's up? Yeah, everyone, tell me where you're from. Where are you watching from today in the world? Any advice on how to make learning Angular more interesting? Yeah, build a project, build something meaningful. At my company, DevSlopes, a few years back, we built a huge project all in Angular. It was awesome. Have I ever tried Kotlin? Yes. John Genie, what's up? What's up? What's up? Nashville, Tennessee, Tampa, Florida. I follow you, sir. Awesome, awesome. You can call me Paco. Hey, Paco. India, what's up? Aren't you bored talking about programming all the time? Yeah, sometimes, Dan. Yeah, I know, That's all I do every single day. But I offset it by, this is my job though, so I offset it by doing other things. So, but yeah, I mean, I always focus on the beginner stuff, right? Because that's what people need to hear. Hello from Somalia. Hey, India. And did you love Kotlin as an iOS developer? I never programmed deeply in Kotlin. I've just played around with it. So Kotlin's a more recent language. Heard you moved. Yeah, I moved south of Houston, Texas. I was in Austin, but I moved to Houston area, bought a house. So, yep. Can I apply to Upwork if I'm not an American? Yeah, there's lots of Upworks worldwide. Many countries can do work on Upwork. So, welcome back, Mark. Congrats on the new house. Thanks, Douglas. I'm not here to stay permanently. You're going to see more and more faces come. The company's growing. We're getting more teachers, more mentors. So it's just inevitable. But good to be here while I'm here. From today, I started Full Stack Developer of Yours. Oh, awesome. Hello from San Diego. What do you think about Shopify? It's a great platform for business, for entrepreneurs. Best advice to learn JavaScript? It's just like learning anything else, set yourself a curriculum, build projects. React Native or Swift, what's your opinion on Flutter? Use cross-platform for cross-platform apps. Use native if you want performance. If you want a job, go native. There's not a lot of jobs for cross-platform, but you can do freelancing. With cross-platform, make some good money. Someone asked what my name is. My name is Mark Walbeck. I run DevSlopes. Hello from India. I'm not able to do coding, data structures, basics. All right. That's the topic for today. Do you really need data structures and algorithms to get a job? Do you really need to know data structures and algorithms to get your first job? I'll make it really simple for you. The answer is yes. However, let's bring to clarity some things that are often confusing. A data structure is simply structure that holds data. So a variable is a data structure. An array is a data structure. So a lot of people, when they say, do I need to learn data structures and algorithms, what they're really asking is, do I need to be super advanced with data structures and algorithms to get my first job? Because you hear about the stories of going and applying for Google or Apple, where they ask you very, very difficult questions. And the answer to that is no, you do not have to be that skilled to get your first job. Those jobs are very hard to get. Of course, learn as much as you want, as much as possible. But in order to get your very first programming job, you just need to know the basics. You need to know how to work with arrays, dictionaries or hash tables. um, working with variables, constants, and when it comes to algorithms, an algorithm is simply code you write to solve a problem. Let me state that again. An algorithm is simply code that you write to solve a problem. Okay, so there are some very famous and complex algorithms out there. So you might go apply at a company like Google, and they may ask you to, write a quick sort algorithm, from memory, and those can be hard. But to get your very first job, all you need to know is the basics of the programming language. Okay, it's basic constructs. You should build some projects because that's going to get you the real world experience, and then just do some coding challenges. Just keep getting better and better and apply as you go, and you'll get your job. The best places to start for a new developer are at a startup. Startups are looking for fresh talent who will work really hard, and they're a lot easier to get into than working for Google. So yes, you do need to know data structures and algorithms, but not to the crazy levels that you do at Google or Apple, okay? I know I missed a lot of comments here, but I'm just going through what I see here. So when are you guys going to start teaching Swift UI? We do teach Swift UI in the DevSlopes Academy. Who has the best learning curve, ASP.NET or Node.js? Those are two different things, really. But ASP is a huge stack of technologies. So should we focus on the MERN stack, or mastering React is enough to get first job? So when we coach our students, we tell them to get good with React, but get really good with it. One common mistake I see new developers doing is they learn a whole bunch of things. They think that if they learn more things at a smaller level, they're going to get a job. Because sometimes you see the job posts, the positions, and they're like, I need HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React. I need Webpack. I need you to know Gulp. I need you to know DevOps. I need you to know PHP. And you start spreading yourself thin. But what the company is really looking for is a solid engineer. So if you want to get your first job the fastest way possible, the fastest, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and React. Those four things, but master them. Be a master of JavaScript. Super good with it. Solve coding challenges, like coding problems with it. Go to those websites where they have coding challenges, or do the 30-day code challenge, which, by the way, enrollment ends, I think, tomorrow for the 30daycodechallenge.com. Get really good with those technologies, and you'll have a much better chance of getting your first job versus somebody who's dabbled with 10 different things, okay? Angular or React or Vue, which one and why? Angular and React are like apple and oranges. They both do two different things. They solve different problems. Vue and React are pretty similar. React is far more popular, though, in terms of usage out there in the world. So how to get logically strong. I assume you're asking how to get better with your coding logic, getting better at solving problems. And it's just simply by solving problems, right? Doing coding challenges, getting better. It's just hands-on practice. There's no mental thing you can do, no trick. Everyone always asks me, they say, hey, Mark, what's the trick to getting good with increasing your problem solving or your logic? There is no trick. There's no mental thing. There's no secret. It is just training yourself to get better. Just training yourself. Solve more problems. Write more code, solve more problems, you will get better. There's no mental trick. I'm sorry. All right, I'm going to look at my YouTube stuff here. Just finished a 3-month boot camp. Seems like all the jobs available still require a bachelor's in computer science. Ronnie, I don't know what country you live in, wherever, but that is absolutely not the case. I could find you right now 50 jobs that don't require a bachelor's degree. So I don't know where you're looking or who you're trying to work for, but that's definitely not the case. I place students all the time in companies that are not looking for bachelor's degrees. So, and even if you find job postings that are, you should be applying to those anyway, because a lot of time the people who make these job postings are like hiring managers or HR people, and the company needs a developer in as soon as possible. So don't let that bring you down. And your 3 months wasn't a waste, for sure. Like, absolutely not. Don't get discouraged. It often takes 10 to 15 job interviews before you get your first one. 10 to 15. How many times have you interviewed with a person at a company? If it's not 10 to 15, you've got more work to do. Is it compulsory to learn C++ in the beginning? University is teaching C++, but I want to start with HTML and CSS. Yeah, start with HTML and CSS. C++ is very hard. You're not gonna be able to do anything with it as a new person. Let's see. Let's see here. Okay, just looking through some stuff here. If I complete your full stack program, DevSlopes Academy, will I be able to make? Oh, I don't know if you're talking about DevSlopes Academy or our older online web course. We'd be able to make a complete website. Yes, in both cases, I think. I don't know what you're looking for though. Fresh talent who works 24/7 is always in demand. It's true. Like, there's a lot of companies, like a startup. You may put in more time and more effort in a startup, but you're going to learn so much, and the barrier to entry is lower. Get in there, get working, get in the trenches. When are you going to teach React Native? I don't know. Graduated 2 weeks ago. Awesome. Yeah, you'll be fine. Oh, Nashville. Ronnie, I placed a student in Nashville. iHeartRadio. First programming job ever. And define dependency injection as simple as possible. It's a little bit out of scope of this conversation today. It'll take too long. What advice do you have for a new beginner for freelancing? Just go into upwork.com and start taking simple projects. Which is smooth for a startup, Python or JavaScript? Either one. They're both great. Just looking here on the tickety talk. Azure or AWS, which is best? Preference. Depends on the company and their tech stack. I like your videos, bro. Thank you. How can I join SwiftUI? SwiftUI is part of our DevSlopes Academy. We teach you the UI kit first, and then you go into the SwiftUI. Do you like capture the flag events? Is the video game industry recommendable? I don't know. Indie game studios are lots of fun, smaller studios, but I've worked on the big studios like Activision, Call of Duty, and it's awful. And I'm not the only one saying that. You can go find how awful those big AAA companies are. So if you want to get into the game industry, you should be very passionate about it because it can chew you up and spit you out. What is a programming dance? Oh boy. At first it was competitive programming. That's a new thing. And then programming dance. I don't know. No, not. Why didn't I get responses sent on Upwork proposals when the message is personalized? It could be the value that you're offering. I don't know what you're proposing, but what I recommend people do is they create a niche, like a package, and you only apply for those types of packages. So versus, let's say, somebody just some JavaScript jobs and you want to just apply to anybody who needs JavaScript. I might go find, for me, for instance, I might go find companies or people that are looking for landing pages for the business or like a business website. And then I would create a package, like a $5,000 package where I come in and I present a solution for them. It could be the value that you're offering might not be enough. I don't know because I haven't seen your videos. The future of SwiftUI. SwiftUI will replace UIKit. It's the future. It's amazing. It's awesome. It's not there yet, but it'll be there. A recruiter asked me to set a meeting with her tomorrow for 30 minutes. Any advice? That's awesome. I think it's great working with recruiters. They'll give you advice as well. Just be honest about everything. Keep in mind, a recruiter makes money when they place you. So the more honest you are with a recruiter, the more they can help you. Like, they're your friend, right? They're your teammate. Yeah, they're like a shark, they're going to vet you out. But be honest with them, get advice from them. They can coach you a lot. Other than JavaScript, HTML, and CSS, what do I need for web development? I would learn React. And then you can go out and start applying for jobs. You can do that just with pure JavaScript as well, but React will get you a full-time job. Are secondary markets like Nashville worth moving to for work, or do you recommend San Francisco, New York City? I recommend you you pick a lifestyle that you want to have. I mean, I'm leaving the big cities. I left California to come out to Texas because the industry is remote. It's open. There's opportunities everywhere. You know, why would I want to move to a city unless you love New York City? Like, it's your life, it's your thing. You know, why would you want to move to a city that costs $3,000 for, 400 square feet, right? Why would you want to do that? And the money won't even be worth it at that point. So, go pick the lifestyle you want and find the job. Build your job, build your career around your lifestyle. Now, if you're somebody who's brand new to programming, and you don't have a high confidence level, maybe you're going to be stuck taking what you can get, move wherever the jobs are. But if you're someone who comes in with confidence, who has got skills, you get really good, you can live anywhere. One of my students got a job recently, and they live in like the backwaters of Kentucky or Georgia. I don't know, but they've got like a land and working remotely. And anyway, you could do it. Anybody can do it. Yep. Vanilla JavaScript and ES6, which is very important. Learn JavaScript first, then master ES6. Pretty much all companies are using ES6. What should I learn first as a beginner? I would recommend JavaScript or Python. The best book to learn Swift, I don't really recommend books. We have a book though, but a book's a book. A book is a book. A video is a video. So I don't have any recommendations. How good should I be with coding to get a job? I always recommend people, like if you want to get your full-time job, a good way to know if you're ready is, are you a master of integrating with APIs? Can you talk to a server? Can you use REST? Can you download JSON? Can you parse it? Can you show it in the app? Can you do authentication? Do you know what a JSON web token is? You know how to store the token, how to clear the cache. Like if you can do all those things by heart, you're ready to get a job. If you don't know about any of that stuff, you're probably not ready. Okay, because 99% of what you're going to be doing on a job as a front-end developer, an iPhone developer, Android developer, web developer, 99% of what you're going to be doing is interfacing with an API, downloading the JSON, parsing it, showing it in the app. Okay, that's what you're going to spend most of your career doing, at least in the beginning. Is coding going to become automated? Everything's becoming automated, but there's always going to be need for programmers and smart people and programmers to program the stuff that's programming stuff. Do developers from other continents have a chance of working remotely? So yes, you can, especially with freelancing. Now, you're not going to get a full-time job working for a company in the United States, for instance, if you don't live here. You can get a work visa and come here, but don't plan on getting a full-time job. You got to do remote work if you want to work for an American company or, let's say some country in Europe, whatever. Freelancing is the way to go. Cali is so expensive, but lots of software developer jobs. Yeah, there's lots of jobs, but also there's lots of jobs everywhere, and lots of companies are leaving California. Facebook, for instance, they now hire remotely. You can work remotely. You can choose if you want to work remote. You do not have to be in California anymore. Twitter has done the same thing over there at headquarters, so there's lots of opportunities. Houston has a nice fine art museum with Frederick Remington paintings. I will have to check that out. I have not really been anywhere in Houston yet. Hello, my friend. I am working 2 years front end with Angular. What is next step to grow in your career? I would learn the back end. I don't know what company you work for, but whatever back end stack that they're using, you should learn that. Whether it's .NET or Node or Python and Django, learn the back end, and now you're going to have a whole new set of skills. Which is the best web development, Mac or Windows? You're always going to hear me preach Mac. I think Mac is a much better development machine. Everything is installed out of the box. You don't have to configure things. You don't have to download drivers. Git works out of the box. Python works out of the box. Ruby works out of the box. Node comes super easy. Like when you're on Windows and you got to install Docker, you have problems. You got to install all these other tools. You have problems installing Python, problems. Like, I don't care who you are and how long you've been using Windows. I use Windows every day. I also use Mac every day. The development experience is a delight on a Mac. You don't have to do anything. It just works. On Windows, you can plan on fighting your operating system. It gets in your way. The operating system gets in your way. But whatever. Windows are way cheaper than Mac. So if you got a budget, do what you got to do. Linux is great too. I always recommend also a Unix subsystem. So that would be Mac or Linux. Having that Unix subsystem where you can do all the command line stuff is a delight to work with. Again, Windows has its own funky, majunky stuff, all right? Like if you go to any tools, like even like Docker, which is a very popular tool, they'll say our Windows support is not great. Like you have to do this and this and this and this to support Windows, right? It's just a pain. And 99% of all servers on the internet, 99% of all servers on the internet are using some type of Linux variant. The servers that host your APIs and all that stuff, it's all Linux. Like 99% of it's all Linux. There's enterprise Windows stuff, of course, but Windows Server 2008, there's a few, those are still running, which I think is funny, but yeah. Can you please name top 3 backend frameworks to learn? Sure. Node.js, Flask, Django. I'll give you some more. .NET Core. Those are the ones that I would stick with in the beginning. Which is the best for back-end dev? It doesn't matter. There's no best. Just don't pick PHP. I think there's much better programming languages. That's like not even a programming language. It's like a scripting language. I think we can all mature beyond PHP in 2021. Windows 11 is the future. I haven't even used it yet. Can I install that now? Is that out? Does learning C++ help? C++ is a very hard language. And what I like to say to people is if you're brand new to programming, learning C++ is like climbing Mount Everest without any climbing experience. You wouldn't do it, right? You would climb the hills and then the other mountains first, and you'd eventually make your way to Mount Everest. A lot of people seem to believe that if you just climb Mount Everest first, then you can climb any mountain, but it's going to be very hard and you're probably going to die. So, can you do it? Yes, as your first language, you can do it. It's very difficult. And will it help you learn the other languages? It surely will. Surely will. It's not the path I would choose. I would choose an easier linear progression for sure. But you can do it. People with liberal arts degree, but also coding skills would be more valuable in the future. Liberal, come on. Liberal arts degree, when did that ever put money in somebody's pocket? I'm not saying it's a waste of time, but when did a liberal arts degree put money in someone's pocket? What I saw a funny meme on this the other day. The daughter was saying, "Dad, should I get a liberal arts degree?" And the dad says, "Oh yeah, they just opened up the liberal arts factory down the street. They're hiring for lots of people right now." I don't know. I know. Okay, in reality though, guys and gals, I know a lot of people who have degrees in liberal arts, in psychology, and all these other things. They are $70,000 in debt, and they don't have a job. I'm just saying. Is that was that Mark Cuban's meme? That's funny. By the way, I'm all about the arts. I'm a writer. I do lots of things, but paying $70,000 for it in school, I don't know. Living in a country with low average web developer salary, should I stick to freelancing? Yes, you should. I know. So I work with some people in India, a developer, and it's a husband and wife, and they make over $120,000 a year living in one of the poorest cities in India, doing freelancing work for American clients. They're living like kings over there. You absolutely can. Masterupwork.com. There are some huge opportunities for you. But now, if you live in India or Pakistan, don't go work for some local development factory where they have 500 developer employees, they're going to pay you like junk. I've heard the horror stories. It's terrible. Do freelancing for American companies and on your own, and you'll make far more money than you ever could working actually in India or in Pakistan. So I know this. I pay these people lots of money, and they're making huge dollars and living like kings. So absolutely. Do I write tests? Okay, guys and gals, when I had jobs and tests were required, I wrote unit tests. Unit tests are important. I make my team write tests, but I'm kind of like an entrepreneur. I'm an entrepreneur. Like I'm the product guy. I build things rapidly to prototype things, and then I hand it off to a team who's much smarter than me. So, in your career, if you want to get a programming job, you absolutely should learn unit testing, UI testing, integration testing. I've done all those things. Do I like when I'm starting up a new project, is the very first thing I do is write a unit test and make sure it fails? Absolutely not. No. So, but it's important to learn if you want to get a job. Does age matter to get into tech? Not really. You can, these days, if you're really motivated, you can get into tech from the time you start having a full-time job, usually within a year. If you're super motivated, 1 year, that's plenty of time. How long does it take to be good enough in the front end? Give yourself like 4 to 6 months of intense work. Do lots of projects. Go into Upwork.com, do freelancing. The quicker you can get to freelancing projects where you're getting paid money, the quicker you're going to learn these skills. Building real projects versus taking lots of tutorials. I've got a video on YouTube. You should all check it out. It's Stop Watching Coding Tutorials on YouTube. And I talk about this. I talk about the fastest way for you to learn something. And it's not watching endless amounts of videos. That's not going to help you, actually. So basic things person should know for getting an internship in a good MNC. I don't know what MNC means. Can I get a DevOps job? If you want. What do I look for when interviewing a programmer? So I'm very unique. I believe in helping people. A lot of companies aren't like this. A lot of companies, they care about the bottom line. They don't care about helping people. My culture and philosophy at my companies are helping people. So I look for people who have the potential to learn, who have the potential to be successful, who have go-getter attitudes. Like, I don't hire whiners. I don't hire complainers. I don't hire needy people. But I hire people who have drive, ambition, who are willing just to crush it, even if they don't know something. And so what I do is I often give a programming test to a new hire that does a little bit of what they know, but also something that they don't know, because I want to see their ability to learn and figure things out. Like one time I was hiring I needed someone for an Android project, and I found a person that I really liked, but that person only knew iOS development, but I really liked them and I wanted them in. And so I said, what do you think about Android? They said, I'm down for anything. So that was the first plus. So what I did was I actually gave them a project to build for Android. This person didn't know Android. They built the whole app, learned it all, did it like in 2 days. I hired them. I look for someone's ability to learn, because when you can mentor and coach somebody, they're going to be faithful to your team. They're going to give back, and you get to watch them grow, versus going for the most talented person in the world. So when you're going out applying for jobs, just keep in mind, company culture absolutely influences the type of jobs that are available. Like, some companies are like, if you don't contribute to open source, we will not hire you. We don't care about anything about you unless you're contributing to open source. That is so important to us, giving back to the coding community. Whereas me, I've never written one line of open source code in my life. I'm a selfish guy in that regard, right? But I care about other things. I care about people's ability to learn and to be adaptable, things like that. So apply for the companies that have the kind of culture you're looking for, and you'll have a much easier chance of getting in. Just so you know. Is regex useful for web development? Yes. It's very hard to memorize and master. Almost every developer I've ever worked with on the face of this planet, whenever we have to do regex, we have to look stuff up. I have to look stuff up. Yep. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're running out of time here. I just want to remind you that the 30-day code challenge, it's our 30-day coaching and coding challenge. Enrollment ends tomorrow. That's 30 days of intensive coding. We teach you the absolute basics of JavaScript or Swift, and data structures and algorithms. And every day you complete a mission and you submit the mission and you have 30 days to complete it. At the end of the 30 days, you lose access to it. So it forces you to have success, one of the fastest ways to learn to code. And so that enrollment ends tomorrow. Okay. And you get some free courses with that as well, too. That's 30daycodechallenge.com. That ends tomorrow. And one more thing I want to talk about is the DevSlopes Academy, which is my training and coaching program. We train you in the technology. We coach you. We grade your projects. We mentor you until you have a paid job. There's a special deal going on right now. We only do 2 deals a year. 2 deals a year. This is one of the deals. It's our 4th of July promotion. Okay. It ends on the 4th of July. It's a big discount to get into the program if you enroll now. That's devslopes.com/apply. And that is ending in a few days here. I'll put that link here on YouTube as well. If you need anything, questions, email me, mark@devslopes.com. It's great chatting with you. I will see you all again